went off screen. Looks like blinds are up again, so at this point we have 40 big blinds total in play.
Tom's success.
He limps.
Playing for hundreds of thousands, even
I
millions.
think this is a spot where, in general, I'm probably better off just like raise calling, but 7% shove. I mean, he trapped me earlier in the spot with aces, but it's hard to get big hands.
Those blinds.
Watch.
20 rivers of 6. Two
Sorry
pair,
about that.
over 2 pair. This is obviously something we've come to expect. These great players able to value bet.
See.
Opening weeks with the performance. Olivier Busquet, Pascal Lafrance.
Especially.
Uh,
12 teams representing some of the biggest cities around the world. 72 of the world's most talented poker players with over $350 million in combined lifetime earnings will put everything on the line over 8 months to compete for the title of the first ever GPL World Champions. Which team has what it takes? The Global Poker League starts now.
Hello and welcome back to the Global Poker League. We are into week 7 here. I am Laura Cornelius. This is Thursday evening. It's all about America's heads-up play. Wednesday is about Eurasian heads-up play. Tonight is, of course, America's heads-up play. We have seen one match so far this evening. It was Jake Cody of the Las Vegas Moneymakers versus Jason Wheeler of the New York Rounders, the Bad Boys. The Bad Boys, the New York Rounders, actually came into the start of the week as the leaders of the conference, but they slipped down to 3rd place within just 1 day after the Six Max action on Tuesday. But they're now back up in 2nd place. Jason Wheeler able to defeat Jake Cody by 2 games to 1. He picked up 6 points for Bryn Kenny's team there. But we've got another great match coming your way very, very soon in the next 10 minutes or so. It is Felipe Mojave Ramos of the Sao Paulo Mets. He will be playing Olivier Busquet of the LA Sunset. We've seen Olivier Busquet here so many times on a Thursday night playing heads up, but obviously he offers so many pearls of wisdom to poker fans far and wide. We haven't seen him play Felipe Ramos yet because Felipe Ramos is usually up against Tyler Kenny. But of course, we will have to wait and see how this game pans out. I'm going across to Eric Danny right now, who is going to deliver you some all-important stats.
Thank you, Laura. Let's talk Olivier Busquet. You just mentioned him. He has been dominating the league play so far. Top scorer, but it goes even bigger. You know, it's even bigger than that, Laura. Let's take a look at this first graph, which looks at the total of matches won by each player in the Americas Conference. And it's just ridiculous the amount of times Olivier has won compared to any other player in the league right now. He's won 5 of his 6 matches. That includes once in 6 max. The only time that Olivier has yet to win was one of those 6 max matches. He's won 5 times already, Laura. It's just ridiculous. 6 matches, 5 wins. The closest competitor, well, there is none. There's 3. There's 5 of them right there on the list. They all have 2 wins. Pascal Lafrance, of course, dominant in the fact that he's won both of the matches he's played. So that's, he's still undefeated. One of the rare players still undefeated in this league. Thiago Nishiyama, Jason Lavallee, Jonathan Little, Anton Wigg. Great performances, boys. But it's not even close to Busquet, who's got 5 victories so far this year compared to 2 by anyone else in this league. It's just been a dominant performance. I know Olivier doesn't like when we talk about him or up him up that much, but it's just been this good so far this season. That being said, let's take a look at maybe another fun stat that we delved into yesterday. When we talk about the hands played per match or hands dealt per match, let's take a look about the heads up style. How many hands have these guys been playing heads up? And it's quite spectacular to see that Jason Lavallee actually leads the way. Now, it's not as extreme as Elke, who's played over 180 hands per match. This is a little more normal, 152 hands a match for the 2 matches he's played. So he's played in long matches. Scott Ball match was quite long, and the match last week as well. So Lavallee's played a lot of poker so far. That's not surprising. Busquet shows up at 139 hands rate, so according to this, we're going to see a long match with Lefrançois, who's actually sitting in fifth position, with 119 hands per match. Thiago Nishijima is next, by the way. Let's go back to third and fourth. It's a pair of Sao Paulo Mets. Nishijima, 129. Darren Elias, who's played twice already this year, has yet to win a match, but he's played 122 hands per match played. And finally, the Las Vegas moneymaker, Jonathan Little, the man who's done well for this team in heads-up competition, averaging 114 hands per match played heads-up. So Laura, looks like Busquet and Ramos might be playing a few hands tonight. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric Danny. But why no stats about dogs? I like the dog stats, but obviously, wow, incredible stuff. Olivier Busquet playing 6 games, winning 5 of them. The only one he didn't win was the 6 max, so he is unbeaten at heads up. Let's see if he continues with this. Let's go to the boys and have a little bit of pre-match hype.
Thanks, Laura. I'm Griffin Benger. This is Sam Grafton. This is week 7 of the Global Poker League. We have a slew of big matches. Well, 2 big matches coming up.
Sure.
Olivier
2
Busquet.
unbeaten heads-up
Yes.
players. Olivier
Ramos.
Busquet and Pascal
is going to be
Lafrançois.
playing against Olivier Busquet, but we do have Pass coming up. Personal favorite of mine, and as I've been saying for weeks now here at the Global Poker League, you shall not pass. But for now, this is Felipe Mojave and Olivier Busquet. As you can see, Mojave wearing dope-ass glasses. Busquet smiling because he just pinned someone and then won a bunch of money.
He is a bit of a dope cat, Felipe Mojave.
Yep.
You know, Brazilian poker, we associate with a certain joyfulness, a certain energy. A lot of people complain that poker in the modern day is a little bit, can be a bit full of grumpy old has-beens like us. But that's not the case with Brazilian poker. The Brazilians bring a real energy and joyfulness, particularly Felipe Mojave, and that's why we've become such big fans of him on the GPL. Put up a lot of points in the 6 max format, but tough test today. What
is this? What
well,
is this thing you have?
Let me just talk for a moment. We are doing a giveaway here. We have...
Oh, baby.
In honor of Pascal Lafrançois playing later today. Do you want to say it?
Yes. You shall not pass.
We're giving that away. All you have to do is tweet in using the hashtag GPL and tell us an imaginary lineup.
Super team.
A super team. It can be on any subject. You could do hip-hop all-stars and tell us your first couple of draft round picks. Would it be Biggie and Jay-Z? You can do leading ladies of films, and you could have Julia Roberts and Katharine Hepburn and Marilyn Monroe.
Movie heroes.
As you want. Yeah, movie heroes.
Politicians.
Entrepreneurs, if you're Alex Dreyfus. Alex, tweet in with your Steve Jobs, Bill Gates.
But you're ineligible if Alex Dreyfus is not in your top 4.
Any subject matter. It could be poker related. It could be your top 6 main event winners or top 2 main event winners, or it could be something fun and frivolous.
Exactly.
Tweet in using the hashtag GPL, the hashtag GPL, and you could win a You Shall Not Pass t-shirt. Giving that away. Giving a few of these away for the rest of the day. So get those tweets coming in.
This is your test. You shall not pass, but you will pass the test of getting the shirt if you do something good for us.
So let's now move on from that. We'll go. Let's talk about Olivier Busquet, big player in the GPL here in the early going in the first season, undefeated as we talked about, and coming off a huge score, came second in the Super Tuesday during Scoop for 189K, sealing that on Wednesday night. Well, yesterday sealing that. So absolutely fantastic for Olivier, you know, adding to an already amazing track record. A man that specializes in heads up, but as you can see, 6.8 million in live tournament earnings, including winning the EPT Barcelona Super High Roller for 1.18 million, beating Dan Coleman heads up. Really outstanding performer. And, you know, I would say that today, a firm favorite, maybe even looking for 3 victories. We've seen, you know, like Igor Kurganov against Bill Perkins, or some of those matches where you could really push a big edge and look to maximize for your team. Obviously, Felipe does have an outstanding track record in tournaments. Heads up game though, unlikely to be as strong.
Yeah, you know, Ramos has shown a lot of talent here in the Global Poker League through these 7 weeks, but Olivier, he's the guy.
He's the boss.
He's the boss. He is my early MVP favorite, and I'm excited to see him again. He's always giving great insights during his hands, of course. Always has some good stories. So it'll be interesting to see. We've talked a bit about some of maybe the leaks Felipe has. Certain representations of hands, a little betting a little too big in some spots and a little too small in others. But this is our boy Felipe. We're still big fans of him here at the GPL, putting up great points for the Sao Paulo Mets, and hopefully he can perform 60 results, 2 wins. He is over that $1 million mark. He's been grinding for about 8 years on the circuit, and he was, a big pick here for the Brazilian team.
Yeah, of course. Wildcard pick, someone with huge personality. Obviously, emerging onto the worldwide scene, took a 7th in the EPT Grand Final in the 10K high roller that Chance Corners won.
So, a lot of GPLers on that FT.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that he's even registering a tournament of that prestige with that bigger buy-in
means
shows
he's
that,
run really good up until this point. No.
Yes, shows he's an MTT luck box. Really, really big match in store. While it's going on, while you're enjoying it, do tweet in. This could be yours, the prestigious.
I've never seen this before. This is amazing. Where did this come from?
Basically, a few lucky winners will get one, and one unlucky winner will get the one that you were wearing in the first match.
I have no idea
and
what you're
it's
talking
very, let me tell you, it's very hot back here. So, who knows? Lucky dip. Which one will you get?
Hypothetically, if I was wearing one of those, I would wear it so that it would get so...
I'm just checking whether we've got anyone using the hashtag. Not yet, but
that's because this is on a 10-minute
GPL.
Delay, man.
Oh man!
Hashtag timelines, bro.
Wow,
give it 10 minutes, it'll just be pounding
it'll
out.
Be blowing up.
Yeah,
blowing up my pager. So
that's a great ref. I love the pager thing. I never had a pager.
Mate,
did you have a pager?
No, I didn't. But one of my mates, there was a little firm of us used to hang out.
Called yourselves the firm?
No, we're a little firm. We used to hang out in Leamington, and one of my mates, he was an entrepreneur, young entrepreneur, and he had a pager, and we used to think it was the coolest thing ever. It was a Benetton pager. It was like bright yellow, and it was like sick. When he got a page, we were like, "Oh, that is boss."
How times have changed.
Not quite the same. Olivier Busquet, big favorite here coming into this match.
Let's go to the match. Let's do it. I think they're ready.
Some damage for the LA Sunset.
Oh my God!
Days.
Look at that hat that Felipe Ramos wore.
We are in Jamaica, chilling out.
Sick.
On vacation, kind of. All right, it's me and Felipe.
Swagzilla.
I mean, off the easy. Olivier.
I don't really know much about this guy.
Busquet. Boss life.
He seemed really thoughtful and really good. I'm sure he's very good. I don't know how much heads-up experience he has. But he's min raising from the go.
So I already don't respect him.
That's good, I think.
That's good, yes.
My guess is that he'll be kind of sticky.
Of course, I'm expecting Olivier to 3-bet a lot of out of position. Take a peel. Good hand in position.
And a flop texture, which is pretty favorable for Olivier Busquet's hand and range, but Olivier doesn't fire and now turns top pair. Checking again to Felipe. So interesting to see how this heads-up specialist constructs his range. I think so many of our opponents would continuation bet this flop, but Busquet playing his range in a different manner, and with that fortunate turn, gets Felipe to commit chips, drawing very, very thin.
Yeah, maybe this is just some sort of hand. He decides not to value bet a pair on the flop or something like this. Then king's a pretty bad card on the turn. Just check back this ace high. Yeah, he's got
or
it.
ace queen or ace jack. That is an interesting turn bet with ace nine of hearts. I think that's too light to be betting with that hand?
I think Olivier calling into question whether Felipe knows if he's betting for value and protection or as a bluff there. Not a good candidate to bluff with, and too light to value bet / protection bet. Busquet, always a gent, doesn't want to be too critical of Felipe in a format that, you know, he is particularly suited to.
You guys see the ocean? It's so dope here. All right, I think I'm going to continue with this strategy and just
So yeah, as I commented before, this is what I think he's gonna do a lot. Very confident with his game, of course, and 3-betting out of position. So I'm gonna fight back, especially whenever having blockers or so, transforming some sort of hands into bluffs, make him feel a little uncomfortable of playing those brawler cards and need pairs.
It's either a call or maybe a jam here. Like, I really just don't think he has a good hand.
Busquet relying on his instincts, and they are right.
I can just call and see a flop. This is the problem with calling.
4 bets early on here.
Yeah, he might have decided to go on flat here with an ace as well, but most likely not, and most likely try to get some chips out of him.
This check makes me think that he either has a weak ace or he has like some sort of actual value for betting hand, like a pair of jacks or tens or something.
Thinking doesn't have an ace, or maybe have kings and queens trying to bluff me.
This would be a cool line as a bluff, though. Oh, 3-6. Okay.
Still got flop with his fives. Not a good flop.
Busquet, continuation betting. Felipe with the best hand, but with 3 overcards, forced to relinquish the 5s. Two of the swaggiest players in the GPL, head-to-head.
Olivier is a very well mixed player, so he's gonna vary his plays a lot, which makes him very, very, very tough.
I feel like Felipe talks a decent amount, so I'm happy to let him speak. Try not to interrupt him too much. She's folded a few buttons already. So this is slightly stronger range on average than I'm used to. It's really important to notice those types of differences, because when people are raising, people are playing more hands, their hands on average are weaker, and you can put more pressure on them. They're less likely to hit certain boards. And then the reverse is true. When people are playing less hands, their hands are stronger on average, and you got to be more careful on certain boards. It's a pretty easy to just call here. It's gonna be tough to navigate. I don't think I can let go for one bet. Maybe I can improve somehow in the turn.
Felipe 3-betting the king 4 off, absolutely dominated by the hand Olivier chooses to peel.
See bet over here.
It's a pretty big size.
Played kind of passive, just pass hands, and might show I'm playing a stronger range, but yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere, especially if he has a queen or king-queen type of hand that would never.
Hopefully this will freeze him. Hopefully if I have the best hand.
This type of hand we're not going to 4-bet. 3 is a pretty much calling card for any bluff attempts I try, so let's just give up. Yeah, nice answer.
So I wonder if like King Rag is a purposeful 3-bet or a little bit of a random one. I don't mind it as a purposeful 3-bet. Okay.
Stop there, no kicker. Well, seems to be a pretty good hand since I.
And Felipe in real trouble on this board because Busquet has the hand absolutely locked. See, Felipe less than 1% to chop this pot. And that's not a turn card that Felipe is probably going to be able to fold on. Brings some draws.
The best hand for now, and this adds a little bit of wetness to the board, but not like a ton.
Busquet selecting his sizing. Thinking about what size he wants to go with his range.
And this is going to be a very tough spot for Felipe.
Very interesting. Might be value betting some worse kings. So better stick with this top turn to the river.
Wow. Crazy card. Brings a backdoor flush. The king is a much better card for his range than mine, but obviously this is a nut card for me.
King's full of aces now for Olivier.
I don't like this river card at all.
I'm not really sure how much I should bet here. The thing is, I have pretty much no bluffs. I'm trying to think of the bluffs I have. Maybe Jack 10? Maybe 3-5 suited? Deuce 5 suited? It's the card I give up a lot if I'm bluffing, though. Hi there.
Hi. I don't even know if my computer's charged.
Yeah, mine doesn't have a lot of charge. I can't stay here that long.
So prepared.
So I don't think I should bet that much.
Taking too long.
Small
in case he has a
bet
flush
sizing for
and/or a king and decides to try to make a thin raise, that would be another sweet result. Like if he had 9-10
I think he expect me here to have an ace, but like his range is strong for me. Very smart player and trying to get a little. when he knows I don't have a king, and might be value betting trips, house, or better than ace.
Fair play to Felipe for considering folding
as I said
here.
all the turn, I don't like this river card, and that used to be in sound easy call over here, but like it's not. I don't think I'm ahead. Could be value betting some nines on his range, like queen 9, 10 9. I don't think so. Yes, nice answer.
And Felipe does fold on the river. Great stuff from the Met.
I had it, buddy. I had it. So just like that, a couple decently long
And
hands.
big turn of events here during this match. Sam Grafton already putting on his jacket. Ramos still having 30K at 5-1K.
Oh. A little bit of Jamaican wind there, interfering, but we want to keep Olivier on comms because it does give us some gold in terms of strategy. Felipe looking to ramp up the variance here.
To show over here, and let's play confident and keep my game up.
And Felipe is going to have to catch a favorable run of cards if he's going to win this match. And at the moment, the cards very much favoring Busquet here, outdrawing the sixes with a pretty raggedy queen 5.
Most of the time.
How my opponent plays middle pair. Well, now I have 2 pairs, so that's pretty solid. But like if he's a guy that bets a hand like queen 10 or queen 9 on the flop, I'm in a much more like precarious situation than a lot of people who are like checking back those hands to try to balance their check back range.
And not sure what Felipe's doing here.
It's like this bet, for me, I have to try to figure out, again, I don't know anything about this guy, so I don't really know, but if this is a guy who's going to give up on a lot of rivers, then I'd like to try to get value now. But if he's going to continue on a bunch of rivers, like bluff a bunch, then obviously it's better to just call. From a theoretical point of view, like calling is clearly the play. But there's some guys I play against who they just don't bluff enough on rivers, so I try to extract more value by raising turns, basically. And that is the worst part of the day.
Once again, the river card is very bad for me. Once again, if he's calling me for queen, now it's more likely he's gonna call me here on the river. So hope has a 4, something like king 4, and stick it in. Let's take the 6s to the showdown. Yeah,
wow, he was betting 2 6s. That's a surprising hand to be betting. I guess he was betting for value. I'm not sure.
Most of the time, the ace rags,
but yeah,
they're gonna connect with this turn card.
Yeah.
So let's slow play this ace. It's trips on the flop. It's pretty good board now.
All right, guys. I tried to give you some decent scenic difference. An outlet here? No, I doubt it.
Most of the time.
I think just this game is going to be outside. We're going to have to go inside after this. Charge up. Maybe the third game we can come back out. Oh, this guy is crazy.
Some creativity to the game. Yeah. Nap folding. Just gonna check the turn.
This first limb. I do think I can just call here, though.
Felipe not flopping well. Stabs the 3-club board.
Most likely on the flush draw and the 8 of clubs on the turn. Turns in reverse. Yeah. 0 value queen high opener.
I think he's overbetting that board.
Busquet goes for some value on the river.
Hopefully he will attack this limp or just go all in. Nope. Alright. I think this is a check. It's not a great card. I think he would bet at least a jack for sure. So there's some 8s he might check, but I think overall this is a bet.
And Busquet goes for value, and Felipe.
I think he's gonna check some value sometime on the
pair.
flop, but I don't see he's checking these kind of values on the turn. Most likely betting the draws on the turn, so I got a call for a pair over here. Because only hand I lose like 5 of a better kicker or something like this. 7s, yep. Interesting. I don't think I can fold over there. Yeah.
Felipe in some trouble in this match. Down to 15 big blinds. And again, Busquet flops best. Felipe Ramos in real trouble, a little outmatched in terms of experience in this format.
It's getting tough to get this little bluff through. Seems like he's getting a piece of every flop, of course.
And I really
once again,
don't think Felipe
calling
needs to
card
be
on the
betting
turn.
here.
If has a 5 or a deuce or something like this.
That's
If has a draw, king high is up.
There's a card that I think I can still bet for value here. Traditionally, it would be a card that would hit a lot of my range. But since this is a limped pot, like I'm going to have a lot of other hands that don't automatically connect with this board in a traditional way. And I also just think he's betting hands, certain hands that can call the river. He's betting hands, those hands on the flop. They're hands that like I wouldn't be betting. Maybe like a deuce or ace high or king high. Hands that
Probably
do have
playing a
some
little more aggressive his mixed draws, so that's why I'm gonna fold king high.
And obviously I'll have a bunch of bluffs on that river. There's a bunch of misdraws and stuff. And now he's under 10, so this is just an all-in. Or he's just over 10. This is a call. I don't want to have to call, but it is.
He's not playing now.
Olivier, knowing his ranges so well, knowing that he has the right
flop
equity
for
here.
us.
But don't.
Return card.
2 outs for Busquet.
Johnny.
Yep, let's go.
5%. I think I should go back now. This is not good. 5% is not a lot. Should I walk and play? Should have planned this better. Sorry, guys. Ooh, well, at least I have aces here. That's good. Oh, he just open folded to my aces. That's sick. Yeah, I'm at 4%. I'm just gonna start walking back.
Flop is a good flop.
Go for a nice little walk
do
with
it. I can play and walk.
the Busquet.
Capable.
Certainly variety here at the GPL. Olivia Busquet strolling along on the beach, and bad card for Olivia Busquet because he has turned top pair and Felipe Ramos has 2 pair.
You bet there. Okay.
And
That's just a
Felipe
terrible river, man.
outdrawn on the river. Nothing going his way.
I don't think I have to bet and bluff my hand over here. Let's just check and see if we win a showdown.
Felipe hoping Busquet has an ace-high type hand, perhaps one with a spade.
All right, you're pretty much back.
This is tough, man.
Horrible spot for Ramos.
I don't think I can call. Most of the time, he's probably checking back a 6 on a 3 spades board. Also, just calling with a jack whenever I see bet the turn. So I'm losing against all the hands. So, nice answer.
Felipe Ramos, very unfortunate river card.
Well read.
And even some straight draws like
Felipe Mojave Ramos down to 12 bigs.
Just a reminder, guys, please tweet with the hashtag GPL and let us know what your dream team is, your dream team of 4 people and a wild card and a manager of anything of your choice. Whether it can be rappers, it can be action heroes, it can be baseball players,
your fantasy lineup,
European football players. What is your fantasy lineup? And our best, the best ones will get a Pascal Lafrancois t-shirt.
Ace or 6 needed, otherwise we will be level in this match.
Nope. All right. So we're even.
So Felipe Mojave Ramos, who hasn't won very many hands in this match, is dead level now and right back in this. And selecting a sizing to 3-bet 2.
All right, we are losing. 25.
About to do some aggression after the hand. Blinds so high already.
Which is a board that he should be very surprised that he did that. I'm going to check again because hopefully he has some medium showdown hand that's going to try to get a bet in on the turn. Like a hand like Queen Jack or like King 8 or something. Yeah. So now that he does this, I'm going to try to come up with a really thin check raise and get some extra value from this hand. And it's just going to be a question of kind of like whether he believes me.
Olivia Busquet with such a strong sense of where he is in the hand.
Really thin, obviously, but I think I can win a nice pot because I think he's really narrowed his range down in a way to where I can kind of pinpoint it.
Ace King Jack board, so that's why he maybe tried to bluff me a lot So yeah, I'm not convinced. I have to fold still, so let's see a river card. Jeez.
I mean, hopefully he doesn't have 2 pair. But I gotta take that chance, I think, the way I've played my hand.
So now it's very unlikely he checked the ace at that point. Check the back of the ace.
If he
it's
raises,
possible. Those kings, 6, jack, 6 type of hands. I do think there's a lot of bluffs in his line over here. He's value betting a king. That's pretty sick. I think I'm ahead.
Olivier Busquet winning a big pot with a very
nice answer. Nice answer.
Medium strength holding. Great play from Busquet.
They call a little too much because they think that your range is more polarized than it is, or maybe because they just put you on a polarized range. And a lot of times people are polarized in those spots. Just like I have queen 10 or some maybe like 2 pair hand, king 6 or something like that. And that's the best that I can have. And that's, I guess, not the worst way of looking at it, but if people can make those plays thin, you have to be really careful about how often you're calling and with what hands. So again, this is a board that just favors me given our stack sizes, and so because of that, I'm a little bit like less careful about which hands I'm betting. I'm just more willing to bet a higher percentage of my range. On certain boards, I'd probably just bet my whole range. So this is just a clear check. I beat his 5s and his 6 7s and other straight draws with a 6, but I lose to 8s and flushes. Now I have 2 pair, but no diamonds, so it's just another clear check for me. No point in going for value, and I have
bluff card. Let's see if bluffs. Yeah, no bluffs with 2 pair. No value.
No, a little bit unlucky for him. There are definitely spots in which I'll just keep betting. I happened to hit a pair and didn't have to keep betting. I don't mind leading in this spot. I don't know. Leads create strange dynamics. I'm not sure I'm comfortable in the dynamic we have now, so I don't need to change it. I still think this is a call with a diamond in my hand.
Good card
I don't
for
love
Felipe
this call
Ramos.
with this gutter. I mean, I do have 2 overs, obviously. But like when the 7 gets there, it's tough to get a lot of action. And this run out, I think I'm going to be put on a lot of draw. But I don't think I have much of a choice.
Olivier arriving at the river with the bottom of his range, forced to bet.
I just have to hope that he doesn't have a hand I can call with. But I wouldn't be surprised if he calls me with like ace high or king high if he has those hands. I definitely think he'll call me with a 6 or an 8.
Felipe is considering it. Pretty bad to have a 9 in your hand, though, and don't blame Felipe for folding. Busquet maintains a 2-1 chip advantage. Mixing in
Just
a min raise.
In a little raise here. There are definitely some hands I'd raise and then call.
Put it in.
I want to limit the times that I do that.
And
right, so we got a good hand. So this is going to be a hand to attack the limp, obviously.
Felipe considering whether to limp or jam. He does jam.
That's easy. All right, low cards.
Felipe flops a gut shot. And turns a straight.
Jack first chop. No.
And it bricks off. And
So we still
See on this one.
3-1
equity.
chip advantage for Mojave.
Yeah. All right. This is a jam.
That was the first hand the blinds went up for 2,800, so makes sense to put a little pressure. So yeah.
Not used to seeing Olivier lose hands all in.
Even though we haven't done that well in all in hands, like it's not over. You always have a shot in this format. Queen 3, not a call there. This is not an all-in.
Busquet knows these spots. Back to front.
So many bad turns and bad rivers I got.
Felipe charitably saying he deserved that outdraw. And he is in a great position here. And Busquet cannot pick up a hand. Chipping down.
Win a couple all-ins here. This could be the first.
This is going to be the moment. Felipe has a chance to register 3 points.
That's a good start.
Flop the 6. Now we need an ace.
Big favorite here to get back into this match.
4, 7.
Okay, one more.
Ace only.
Oh,
Ace.
Barry Greenstein
All right,
popping out of the swamp. Ace on the river. And you know, Andre Akari and the Brazilians are loving that. Little Barry pop off on the river. Ace of diamonds. Felipe Ramos. 3 points for the Sao Paulo Metropolitans. They needed it. Levi Busquet doesn't, well, he doesn't like to lose. He just doesn't lose. So, good start.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the most dominating performances we've seen in the GPL. Busquet completely outplaying Felipe Mojave Ramos. But there's so much variance in this format that Felipe Mojave Ramos, when it came to the all-in section of the tournament, running good and putting up 3 big points for the Sao Paulo Mets. And it would be amazing, with all the tough matches that Busquet has had, if he actually lost against an opponent that he has completely outclassed.
Yeah, definitely showed, you know, why this guy is considered leagues above a lot of the players in this league, in this particular format. But Felipe still played pretty well. I like the way he played a couple of hands. He read some situations very well, was able to keep himself in the game, keep himself in the fight. And sometimes you throw a couple of random haymakers and they land.
Felipe Mojave Ramos, we know, is someone that is never, ever going to give up. Kept battling, and, you know, he certainly didn't get many good flops, and as he pointed out himself, so perhaps he did deserve that luck with that huge outdraw, Jack 10 versus 10s.
Yeah. Are we ready to go to the second match? Not quite. Well,
I can actually hear Busquet. Maybe you want to, producers, you want to turn off his sound,
so
because
can
I don't want to hear Busquet's personal life in the background.
I mean, I don't mind. I can keep it on for me.
We should go, though, to the tweets that have been coming in.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Some
do a little,
early leaders for the shirts that we've got to give away. Bet the Value tweets, top 5 worst live poker table snacks. Number 1, pungent fish. 2, nachos, butter popcorn, popsicles, and greasy tacos. That's his top 5.
Not bad.
Really good.
I'm loving Michelle's at Michelle Leia. Final table includes that Tasmanian Devil, Popeye, Corella DeVille, Cartman, Scrooge McDuck, Wile E. Coyote, Underdog, Mighty Mouse, Johnny Bravo, and Donkey.
And Jakey J tweets, his lineup for a GPL team would be Dumbledore, Voldemort, Phil Ivey, James Bond. Not quite sure what theme you were going there for. Maybe just...
But it's an early favorite because we don't have many.
The first thing that came into your mind. So that was cool. And Taputaz 9.
Oh, Taputaz. Love Taputaz.
Do you want to take this? Best
Dream
hockey
Paul
land.
Kariya, Vladimir Tarasenko, Teemu Solani. I feel like the narrative that we're trying to push about the 4 and then the manager and the wild cards getting a little lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, we
don't want final tables. We don't want 3 hockey players, and we don't want 2 wizards.
Well,
Phil Ivey. But you know what? So far, you guys still are the early favorites.
Colin McCune. Makumsky says, he's sort of gone for nightmare table as well, but it could be a lineup. Antonio, Ted Forrest, Sam Grizzle, Huckseed, and Dragomir from WSOP coverage, and his wife. So a bit of an old, obviously tuning into the 2012 World
Guys,
Series final table coverage, but loving it, mate.
A draft, 4 players, 1 manager, 1 wild card, whatever you want. Action heroes, some maybe comic book characters.
It is a stretch for 180 characters, but we know you guys can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do it in the Twitch chat too. Why not? Someone's watching that, right? Got Rabinovich back there in the lab.
Maybe.
Let's go to the match, guys. Let's see if Sam and Olivier are ready.
All right, back at it. I'm not watching the stream, so I don't really know what his hands were, but I felt pretty comfortable in that last game. I think I'm just gonna do my thing. All right, no spade. Backdoor. I'll check this. Yeah, he's checking pretty quick, so hopefully he just has... Well, now I can just check. Wow, he was checking quick with a hand that had real value to it. And he just checked the 10 of spades and tried to get value. Okay. Oh, I meant to call. I hit the wrong button there. Whoops. A little too quick on the trigger. It's not like it was that good of a hand, but clearly a call. The 10-5 suited. Not even that close. Oh, we got a 3-bet coming.
Yeah,
I think this is a call, just because I think he's a little bit, I don't know. I think his range is a little bit weak, but it's going to work because I'm just going to fold here. So, good job. Man, big bet on that.
Several board.
Texture.
I'll be most of the time c-betting.
Yesterday in the Scoop Super Tuesday for 189K, and Busquet flops a pair, but a big draw for Ramos. And Felipe bringing into action.
With my hand, I need to call at least one. Much draws on this board, and yeah, I mean, it's not a great card. I also could see him being the type of player that doesn't need a hand like 2-pair to raise. You might just raise with like an ace.
Great instincts from Felipe, recognizing this is a good card for his range. 8-10 did just come in, as did 8-5. Potential bluffs, and obviously Ramos' exact holding picks up a gut shot to go with the flush draw. And Busquet forced to relinquish the best hand
go.
Felipe off to a good start.
I've not fared well heads up against guys named Felipe recently.
And Felipe Ramos flatting the king-queen allows Busquet to connect strongly with an up and down straight draw and the queen of spades in his hand. So frustrating when you slow play, so to speak, king-queen of diamonds and get that kind of flop. No way Ramos can continue. Both players missed the flop. Both players with a strong spade. Busquet with a gut shot to go with his. And Felipe, though, immediately releases.
That's a weird one.
Jakey J tweets in, James Bond, Phil Ivey, Iron Man, Griffin Benger, Wildcard, Voldemort, GM, Dumbledore. Looks like we have an early favorite.
Mate, that's
great. Beautifully random.
I did this once, I think, against his limps last game, and at this stack
who he
depth,
wants
I
to
just
see at the
expect
table,
his
you know?
limp, his first limp in particular, to just be really weak. That was really just for value and to win the pot.
UK Logic, I think, probably knows a little bit about my personal tendencies.
In general, I think his pre-flop range is a little tighter than kind of most head-up suit and go regs. So
he sends in Seaman, Dixon,
stronger range.
McClintock, Adams, Cole Vieira,
Flop
Brady, James,
a lot of
Bergkamp,
people.
Henri, and Bastin. An Arsenal fan there.
Oh,
and
after your own heart?
I will fight hard for you, mate, to get a T-shirt for that
I
contribution.
actually think this is a good board. Not a good board, but a good spot to check raise. Like,
Bet
I
the
don't
value.
check raise with very many hands here. But I think this is a good one. This is one of the few hands that I'll check raise here with.
Unusual for the out of the position player to check raise this board. It's going to give Felipe Ramos some
And
pause
as
for
you
thought.
see,
Maybe
Ramos.
it's two pair. Big draw. Yeah, it's bad board for me.
Felipe folding like clean laundry.
All right, so I'm going to throw that here. Okay, or not. I think I like that hand to 3-bet. I like it to be a little bit higher, like as a suited connector than the 5 high, but I hadn't 3-bet in a while and it plays pretty well post. What are you laughing at?
What did they talk about on the break? Did they can hear it?
Oh, really?
Place a bet here on the turn because I know he checks back a lot of little values and sometimes doesn't hit any equity and just gonna
Griff
check down.
Graff. What's up, boys? Forgot to say hi in the first game. Sorry, fellas. You guys are my favorites. You guys are the best. And we are at this resort in Jamaica, and they are just playing the most traditional music you would expect to hear at this resort. I'm into it, but we've been here almost 2 weeks, so it gets a little, you know, like play something else, buddy.
Busquet just taking 2 weeks
I
off.
can definitely see this guy checking back an ace.
I have a hand. in case I miss the river.
And now both draws missed. Flush draws, I mean. And I just can't imagine he has a better hand than me. So let's try to get paid.
I think I have an ace.
What was that expression that Tom used in his first game? Oh, he said something about rent money. So you got to make that rent. It's a pay rent spot or something. I had never heard it before, but I was pretty sure I understood what it meant.
Busquet.
That was one of the more entertaining matches.
Referencing Tom Marchese, the big cheese.
Really standard check back spot for me here. Middle pair, kicker. That's as good a run out as I could ask for.
Felipe does catch a little piece on the river. Busquet going for value.
Definitely have a number of bluffs on this board.
And Ramos
such a connected board that
in
I'll check back
agony.
a bunch of just no equity hands because I don't want to be betting all my no equity hands because I just think that loses a ton of money. Once I get
great play
checks,
from Ramos.
I feel more comfortable firing.
Folds the 4. Gonna be a little bit under it to find hands he could call the river with when he does fold that combo, but on this occasion was absolutely right.
Got a call.
And Ramos improves on the turn.
And yeah, by semi-bluffing the turn, most of the time I make him fold some type of hands. That maybe.
Like, I'm almost always going to have 4th and 5th pair by the river. I think you could comfortably bet 7 or a 9 or even a hand like 2 5s. I'm not going anywhere for the second bet. This is a card that actually makes a number of his turn draws. 8, 10, Jack 10, those types of hands. But at the same time, like, I don't know. All right, so he had a 3 of the flush draw and checked it back on the river.
3. Yeah.
That was a pretty solid result.
Busquet off to a good start once again. Eking out a small chip advantage over Felipe Ramos early doors.
Whoa, 24.
These two teams, LA Sunset and Sao Paulo Mets, 3rd and 4th coming into today.
Another check back spot for me. Bottom pair and a backdoor straight draw.
Bet the Value tweets, top 5 GPL All-Star team and manager. 1, Fitter Holtz. 2, Mustafa Kinnett. 3, Mike McDonald. 4, Olivier Busquet. Manager, Pascal Lafrancois.
Loving
this
that.
is just hoping that I get a check from a king or ace high or pocket 3s or something.
Great little way to put Pascal as the, I mean, it's the you shall not pass team.
Yeah. Bet the Value, getting the idea. And the great thing for Sao Paulo Mets fans is even if Busquet has a little bit of a skill edge, Felipe Mojave, so determined, so focused every time he plays, really gives it his all. Representing his hometown, he is a Sao Paulo resident.
Sweet.
And Felipe Mojave with a strong heads-up holding some chance. He just calls.
Here we go.
Oh,
That's a
my.
good flop.
Wow. Terrible flop for
What do you think?
Mojave.
Check back.
One
Yeah,
of the worst
let's do
flops.
that. Even though he hasn't really shown this like desire to fire big or whatever on turns, but
And
go ahead and bet this because I might get called by the ace highs, then I'll have a gut shot, which is pretty good for us if he's seeking that.
wow.
If I could have picked any turn card, a river card, I think that would have been it because he could be leading with some fives, like for value, and now just be like, yeah, I got trips. What's up?
And very much a pay the red
straight
spot
five.
for Busquet.
I think this could be it for my man. Wow, 9K. That is a big bet. Oh my God. I think this is the Tom Marchese spot where you tank for 4 minutes and then jam. I really think this is that like not cool. Maybe I shouldn't tank for 4 minutes. I mean, when Tom did it, it was so awesome. But he's different from me, you know? It's like everyone knows Tom's like a nice guy.
Right. Whenever he puts me like leading a 6 or something like that, and maybe trying to bluff as well, as he's checking back a lot of flops. So I have a good chance of him calling me off this one.
Celebration time for Busquet.
Don't you know anybody? Jesus.
Jeez.
Snap off, buddy. Snap it off.
This is bad.
He's gonna call. Watch this.
This is bad because he probably doesn't have anything too strong
get
here.
at least one game in there. Really? You're gonna probably fold and come back and beat
By
me.
checking back the flop, just a little afraid of an overpair now. And yeah, sometimes he checked back some second and bottom pairs. And yeah, my range is not strong enough, so I might get bluffed here sometimes.
Big spot here for Felipe Ramos and San Paulo Mets.
This is a tough one.
Felipe realizing he has just a bluff catcher against Busquet's value range.
Go, Felipe. You can do it.
You can do it. Call.
Ace 2. Maybe he could have some sort of hand.
That? Oh, he had Queen 7 that hand. Oh, he could have potentially done something there. I'm glad I memory's big. I'm glad my memory is big. You know?
No, I think he actually has something.
No, he definitely has something now.
Yeah.
We bet 9K on that turn. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this guy's got a good hand. If he folds, it'll be sick.
Felipe Ramos in the tank. And I think the fact that Busquet plays a lot of 5x this way might incline him to find the fold. So difficult. Certainly not considering the fact that Busquet could have 2 10s.
He won that first game. You can afford to take a shot here and call. See if I'm bluffing. You know what I mean?
Just reconstructing the whole hand here in my head, trying to figure out this.
Busquet hoping the fact that Felipe has already won a hand will play into his hands.
Turn.
This type of decision.
Calls the turn. Think like ace deuce, he would check back the flop. 5-6, he would check back the flop. It's probably the hands I'm losing against, beating everything else. I think I'm beating everything else. Yeah, it's gonna go cool on this.
He does call.
Yeah, this has a house. Too strong. Nice hand. Very tough one to get up.
3 points apiece. Busquet tying things up. And Felipe Mojave disheartened.
Very disheartened. Unfortunate turn of events for Felipe. Really kind of brought down a notch there. Too bad. I do love doing that. 1-1 here now between Olivier and Felipe Ramos. Big tiebreaker coming up. A lot of line for Olivier. His undefeated streak in the heads-up format on the line.
Yeah, he did lose the first match against someone before. I can't remember who that was.
Right, but
and
he came back to win the next two, yeah.
2-1, and that is very much on here. Olivier Busquet looks leagues apart here. Felipe Mojave Ramos, I think, a little overwhelmed by Busquet's strategies thus far, but he does have a chance. I mean, he's already done his job.
Yes.
I already feel that putting 3 points on the board is wonderful for Sao Paulo.
Job's done.
And he's just got to look at it as a bit of a free roll here, going into the last match to try and get the win. Busquet will be very disappointed if he doesn't close out another 3 points.
Yeah, obviously Olivier has been the star of the LA Sunset, along with Federholtz, the youngster. Those two have really set us apart.
Such a strong 1-2.
Yeah,
and if
great
they can get
by Maria Ho.
Chance Kornuth and Eugene Kachalov firing as well, they will be a threat in this conference. Maybe going to look to put those guys into action in Vegas, which is coming up pretty soon in the live portion of the GPL league season, because those guys with very good live records.
Guys, we have this contest still
We're
going
still
on.
giving it away.
We still got shirts to give away here, guys. We need you to get active.
Tweet in.
Tweet in. We want to know what is your dream team of whatever it is that you're interested in, whether it's authors, directors, movie stars.
I would love that. Orwell.
Yeah. What's your dream team?
Huxley.
I want four picks, a manager, and a wild card. Go.
What are we doing?
For authors. You. Right now.
We could do British literature. We could do. You got to have Austen and Dickens up front, 1 and 2. No,
okay.
Shakespeare.
Okay, yeah.
Shakespeare and Dickens up front, 1, 2. Then you got Jane Austen, Emily Bronte. Then who else we got? We got to have our boy Orwell in there, like we said.
Yep.
Maybe. Laura Cornelius is perked up. So authors, a bit of a literature geek myself. But whatever you're into, ice hockey. Someone did come up with the Arsenal lineup. I was absolutely loving that. Henry, Vieira, Bastin, Bergkamp, a dream six from Arsenal's great players. Whatever you're into, do tweet into us using the hashtag GPL for one of these amazing. Can you just do it again, because I love it so much? Can you say it? Your impressions are so good, Griff. Come on.
You shall not pass.
You could do great British actors as well. You could do McKellen, Jacoby, Kenneth Branagh,
Patrick Stewart.
We would be absolutely loving that. Do share with us hashtag
Liam
GPL.
Neeson,
Not often we get giveaways. I mean, I'm loving that. How much Pascal's loving that.
Are they going to
as well.
give you one of them, or how does this work? Do we?
I feel like you might think you're giving away 6, but secretly you might be giving away just 5 because, Anyway, let's get to the game. Olivier Busquet with another 3 points up for grabs. Felipe Mojave Ramos of the Sao Paulo Mets in action as well.
I was really happy to get that win. It looks. And Samantha's got the stream on, so I can see
Good
some
game. Let's go. Pleasure.
Thanks, honey.
Thinking all the things. I'm seeing all the message over here. Thank you so much for the support for the São Paulo Mets. Thank you.
Felipe thanking the fans. Busquet got his own grindhouse going. Sam Abernathy, very, very talented poker player in her own right as well. Those guys playing Scoot together in Jamaica. Felipe,
just gonna go see
possibly in his hometown, Sao Paulo.
Bluffs on my range since the start of this match, sir.
You don't know. It's over.
Stone cold bluffs, just like that.
Because I knew he was going to check raise here, so I does.
Felipe Ramos setting the tone early with a check raise.
All right. We're going to go back to that strategy. I like 3-betting this type of hand versus this type of guy.
It's pretty good hand to see a flop in position. A lot of chips. See.
And
flop.
Wow. Olivier Busquet flopping top pair. Felipe Ramos with 2 pair. And a very dicey spot for Olivier Busquet. Very dicey indeed. We said that perhaps Felipe was going to have to catch a good run of cards to defeat Busquet, and this is a massive moment for him.
Let's put a raise here and try to wrap a draw or something like this, hoping he has an over.
8,000 here. Man. Oh, he called with ace 10. Oh. That's pretty sick. Okay. This could be a short game. I don't know. I don't know what to do besides call. I mean,
Busquet, if he wasn't going to catch a queen, could have done with a spade.
Like, if he makes a big bet here, I mean, I don't really know what to do besides go all in. Can I really fold?
What size do you like here, Sam? Around 12,000 or?
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know because I wouldn't raise in position, but maybe.
Whoa.
Yeah. And Busquet is going to be worried about a set of eights with this sizing.
It's like I don't know what to do here.
Play here, he's a very creative player, so could be shoving this turn as he did in the past.
This is a kind of a tough spot.
Busquet doesn't block any of the flush draws. Doesn't have a queen of spades, for instance.
All in. Good luck, buddy.
Oh my days. Busquet all in. Felipe.
Oh, Jack 8. You got me. Good game.
And Felipe with a 2-1 win. Absolutely
pleasure,
remarkable
Hands
stuff.
down, very nice by playing against you. True legend, my respect. Vamos, São Paulo, vamos.
I guess I could have.
Felipe, vamos, putting the vamos in back in Vamos Ramos. Go. I win.
Such a humble guy as well.
Yeah,
saying
real sweet.
Full respect to Olivier.
Definitely.
Recognize he was on the right end of a cooler situation there. I mean, real, you know, real great, classy individual, Felipe Ramos. Both of those guys, in fact, real treat to see them in action. And, you know,
gives us a long
the
break.
Commentators complete.
No, we have a long break for the next
completely
match.
wrong. We really felt that, you know, Busquet was going to, again, if the producers could shut off Busquet because, yeah, thank you. Here we go. The T-shirt is available.
You can find it in our store for just $139.99. Just kidding. We only have a few right now.
And
they're coming to you.
We said there would be merchandise available. You're seeing an early prototype. Could be massive.
Prototype.
And think,
Day
by the way,
prototype.
imagine season 25 of the GPL when we're bigger than the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and you've got the first ever giveaway from the first season of the GPL.
That's pretty huge.
I mean, it could be.
So what we want from you is a lineup, your GPL dream team, but in something that isn't poker. Let's sportify movies.
So, for instance, my fancy GPL team, this from Jody John, Manager the Joker, Lex Luthor, Catwoman, Red Skull, and Doctor Doom. Wildcard would be Batman for the hero calls. Loving it. Bit of humor.
Early favorite, maybe.
Big. You're big in the game there, Jody John. So what we're going to do, though,
we have an interview.
Go over to Laura Cornelius,
the
girl
who
I
somehow
like
has gotten
Elsie,
another date with another beautiful man.
She has Felipe Ramos on the line to talk about his amazing 2-1 victory over Olivier Busquet.
Slaying the giant. How did he do it, Corny? How did he do it?
Thank you, boys. Well, congratulations there to Felipe Mojave Ramos, who beats Olivier Busquet for the very first time in this heads-up format, giving 6 points to the Sao Paulo Mets. Are you there, Felipe? Congratulations. Busquet is undefeated. You have just made that, wow, it's changed. He's defeated now. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel pretty blessed. I mean, I feel pretty blessed by taking a poker as a career and living this life as a poker pro. Of course, it feels very good to beat Busquet, but let's not get into that point. We only played 3 games. The guy is truly a true legend of the game, especially in this format, much more experienced than me. So I'm pretty happy to give him a very good fight, you know, a very fair fight. You see him, he makes a lot of very amazing plays. That play for ace-3, he checked it back from the big blind was a very cool one that I learned a lot of from him by playing with him. So I hope I could play Olivia a little more. Not much, not much. I'd rather play other players, but like to learn more as well. And of course, I'm very happy to give this win for São Paulo.
Learning experience for you guys able to play Busquet. What's going on back there? Is there a child there or something?
My dogs. You want to see them?
That's a dog. Yes, yes, we love a dog in the GPL. Dogs. Yes.
So this is Blackjack.
Oh, hello, Blackjack.
Say hi to the GPL guys, Black.
Oh, we are seeing so many dogs here at the GPL. It's great. And you know what? We saw Davide Kitai's dog yesterday, but he was the first dog shown on camera for a player that did not win. But you have won again, and we see.
We have the flop. We have the little flop, which is only 2-month-old over here. So.
What is it? What is that?
My other dog, his name is Flop, and he's only two months old.
I love the names of these dogs as well. They're all like poker or card related. That's great. Now, talk to us a bit more about that game. Obviously, you were able to beat Busquet for the first time ever. Was it as tough? Did he play as good as you thought he would play? Have you watched any of the stream back since you've been playing?
Well, I think he has, of course, a big edge on me on that format, and the only way I could read that edge is to study more. So I passed like the past day and today rewatching all the games. I already have watched his games to try to give a little coaching for my buddies here for the São Paulo Mets as well that played against him. So I already knew a lot about his game. And I think what made a difference for me this time, not being humble, that's only the truth, that's what I believe, is that he didn't know how I was playing, you know. Yeah. So that was a bit of a little edge for me.
Yeah.
So and I try to confuse him by making some non-orthodox plays by raising a lot and sometimes check raising draws and second barreling, and whenever he thought the information he might have gotten, I wasn't that kind of player. So that paid off really well for me by studying the game. That's what I tell to people I coach, and people that learn a little bit from me as well. If you study and you go very, very hard on what you want, maybe you can get the results you're seeking for. And that paid off for me today.
Wise words from Felipe Ramos. Kids, go to school, study for what you want. And also, he gave you a bit of a Tom Marchese tank at one point. You can watch that back. It was quite funny. The hand, in fact, in the second game, which he won.
Yeah,
so
that was amazing play by him. I'll watch the stream back again for sure to study and also enjoy a little bit. But like, yeah, that was a great play. I thought he would put some pressure on me right there. Of course, that's the perfect river card because there's a lot of fives on my range, tens on my range. And so, yeah, he has a house.
He said he guessed that you would be sticky at the start of the match. Was that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I mean, you see me starting game 3, stone cold 3, check raise bluff, total bluff. So I said, I'm gonna fight this guy. I'm gonna give him a good fight. with all I have, with the best I can do. So that's the only chance I have. So I took my chances.
And it worked out for the best. Congratulations once again. 6 points for Sao Paulo. Vamos, Ramos.
Vamos. Thank you so much
Thank you.
again. Just to show Olivier my respect. I follow this guy for a long time. True hero of the game. I think he's very humble. I watch all his interviews about the fight and all this stuff. So I seen people saying stuff about him that he took some. Of course not. That is not kind of person, you know. So true legend of the game. All my respect, and I hope to battle you soon, but not so soon.
Thanks so much, Felipe. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And bye to Blackjack and Flop, the dogs. We love a dog.
Bye.
Bye.
Vamos, São Paulo.
Oh, we cut him off. Vamos, Sao Paulo. Right, let's go to the boys and look at one key hand, perhaps.
Gotta love myself some Mojave.
We've just got to say, we're a big smile on our faces there, listening to the end of Felipe's chat there.
Love me some Mojave.
He is a real classy guy, as I said. Such joy for the game, such respect for his opponents. Really plays poker in the right way, and and brings that kind of sporting aspect to it, just in the dignity with which he performs on the felt. Really enjoy that. We do have an interesting hand for you. Actually, it's a hand that Busquet played, just illustrating, I think, again, over these 3 games, although the result didn't go his way, what a class act he is. Here, Felipe limps in, and Busquet doesn't take a high variance shove spot with the ace-3 of spades, just checks behind. And when Felipe Mojave Ramos checks back this flop, Busquet, well aware of the strength that ace-3 has here. I think the majority of the GPL players are going to lead with this ace, or check call to, in inverted commas, protect their range because they don't have many aces here. But Busquet recognizes that, in general, ace-king-jack is going to be a board which Felipe checks back with a very condensed range. That is to say that when he bets this board, he's going to have all his strong hands, all his ace-x, all his 2 pairs, all his straights, and also going to stab with some 5 highs, 7 highs, hands that cannot show down because he has such a range advantage. And Busquet identifies an imbalance in Felipe Ramos's game and exploits it, going for value with a big check raise with top pair, just 3 kicker, the kicker completely irrelevant. And Felipe Ramos really befuddled, having checked back the flop, he realizes he doesn't have any strong hands, calls a check raise. You'll notice he doesn't block the nuts in any way, Queen 10. So, Busquet, the main value portion of Busquet's range, Busquet still has all his Queen 10s at this point, should really be considering folding. But look again, Busquet check raising turn and going big for value. I think no other player gets so many chips from this hand, and really showing why you don't always have to take a profitable shove spot. He could just jam that ace-3 pre-flop, look to pick up the blinds and antes. Going to be super profitable. No way Felipe Mojave Ramos has enough traps to not make a jam profitable, but a talented player like Busquet can look to exploit his opponent's imbalances, exploit his opponent's relative inexperience in this format by gaining a big post-flop edge and winning a 35k pot with a measly 1 pair. I really think that hand just illustrates what a class act in this format, and of course, more generally in poker, Olivier Busquet is.
Super impressive hand. Very nice.
Yeah,
love it.
Really
Love
good.
it.
And Felipe Mojave Ramos, his main attribute is that determination, that focus. Didn't give up, came out swinging, and really extracted the maximum with the Jack-8. But, we wanted to show another hand of Olivier because I feel like every time he's playing, such a treat.
Something to learn for everyone
so
out
much
there.
To learn.
Absolutely. So we are going to be heading back, I believe, to the lounge. We're done for the first 2 matches. But again, guys, we have our most anticipated match of the night. We
love us some Pascal Lafrancois.
Pascal Lafrancois.
You shall not pass.
You shall not
Still
pass.
undefeated.
Still undefeated. You shall not pass. You cannot pass Balrog. So
Griffin
that's
Benjamin
coming up.
wasted here. If you are a casting director and you're watching, this man, put him to work, you know? When I mean, they must be rebooting. There's more Star Wars films coming out. You put him to work, I say, you know? Absolutely wasted.
Let us not stand on ceremony, Mr. Wayne. You think darkness is your ally. I was born in the dark, molded by it.
I mean,
by the time I saw the light, I was
forget
I was already
Busquet.
a man.
This is the man with the real talent. Griffin Benja, ladies and gentlemen. Do tweet in. Just to remind you guys, what we want is a lineup. Sportify actresses, Sportify films, any kind of humorous lineup. As we said, some people have picked, Dana Craven tweeting in, Dream Team for Actors, Paul Newman, Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington, Matthew McConaughey, Tom Hardy, and the wild card, Keanu Reeves.
That's
exactly
beautiful.
what we're looking for. Doesn't have to be films or actors. Can be anything you like. Entrepreneurs, scientists, whatever you're into.
Absolutely. Are we going to be heading to Laura in a second?
I don't know, mate.
Well, I think we should.
Okay. Let's send it over to Laura.
Who I was until I put on the mask.
Send it over to Laura.
Gosh, give me strength here. No more screen time, Griffin. That's it. Well, congratulations to the Sao Paulo Mets taking 6 points, winning the match there against Olivier Busquet, who was undefeated in the heads-up format. We're going to see how that affects the standings. I know they were in 4th place in the Americas Conference, and they still are. They're still in 4th place, and they are 9 points behind LA Sunset because LA Sunset picked up 3 points there, whereas they picked up 6 points. So the Nationals still ahead, 84 points for them, and will be ahead by the end of this week because Pascal Lafrancois has still to play his game. New York Rounders, 81 points. Jason Wheeler picking up 6 of those points earlier on against Jake Cody, who picked up 3 for the Las Vegas Moneymakers. Moneymakers in 5th place there with 63 points. San Francisco Rush in 6th place with 55 points. They are 8 points behind Las Vegas, which means only if Jonathan Jaffe can clean sweep tonight, if he can win all 3 of his games and pick up 9 points, will he move the San Francisco Rush up into 5th place. That's the match coming up next, guys. It is the last match of the evening. Jonathan Jaffe will be back. The friend request accepted, I can tell you. He will be playing Pascal Lafrancois, and that will be coming up at 12 a.m. Central European time in around 1 hour, just over 1 hour's time. The final match of the evening, San Francisco Rush versus the Montreal Nationals. It's been great so far. We've enjoyed watching Olivier Busquet play from the beach. What a life. How nice for him. But obviously, we've met Sao Paulo's dogs. So, you know, Felipe Ramos is his name. So it's a tough one to weigh up which was better. But it's been a great match. We hope you've enjoyed it. Join us back here very soon, though. That next match is coming your way. Jonathan Jaffe of San Francisco versus Pascal Lafrancois of the Montreal Nationals.